Hello friends, welcome and or welcome back to my channel. I'm Em and it is time to decorate the bookshelves for fall. I'm so excited. I also am struggling with motivation to do this. It doesn't feel like fall here yet. It has been in the 80s all this week, but next week it is going to be in the 70s. It is going to be rainy and I feel like I need to have the shelves ready for that moment. So I've got nice coffee. I am going to turn on The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is the quintessential beginning of fall movie, in my opinion. And we're going to decorate these shelves. But first, we need to get out the decorations. So let's do that. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink as well. And after we're done decorating, I do want to talk about the books that are maybe not necessarily on a monthly TBR, but they are on my radar to hopefully get to in the autumnal season. So we'll talk about those as well. Yeah, but first let's go dig those decorations out of the garage. Alright, I've gone ahead and laid out all my fall decorations. I don't typically put out the Halloween stuff this early, so just fall's out, which I don't have as much as I felt like I do, which maybe means I can buy more decorations this year, which would be fun. So yeah, we're gonna put those all up on the shelves now. Alright, Emily from the future popping in. So I finished decorating my shelves and I felt like they looked a little sad. I did not have as many fall decor things as I remembered having. So we're at Home Goods and we're gonna go in and we're gonna see if I can find anything to do a last minute spruce up of my shelves before we get into those book recommendations that I was talking about. So let's go in, let's see. I'm kind of wanting some leaf garlands to hang vertically on my bookshelves. I've seen a bunch of booktubers who have that kind of thing going on and I think it looks so cute and it's like not too busy and it doesn't feel like it's super high maintenance or like a lot of things to take care of or to buy, like real simple. And we're also going into Home Goods, so who knows what is in there. So we're gonna go check it out and then we'll go back and hop back into that autumnal TBR. Let's go. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing about one thing. Nobody had garlands, so I'm probably gonna have to order it online. There isn't a Michael's in my town, and I think that's what I need. And nearest Michael's like an hour away. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I'll go online and see if I can order it. So for this weekend, the shelves are just gonna look how they look, but that's okay. I really like how they look. I just want more, you know? But I did, in case you're wondering, get that candle because I love an apple candle. It's my favorite. So I guess we'll go home and light this, and we'll go back to past Emily, who will tell you about all the books that she wants to read this season. I accidentally dropped my camera and my battery's halfway to dying. So well, fingers crossed I didn't break anything. And if the quality of this suddenly shifts, it's because I had to switch over to my phone. Okay, before we get into the books that I want to talk about, I did unearth some of our seasonal picture books. Now, my youngest just turned 10. We are out of picture book phase. However, I do have some emotional support picture books I do hang on to. I decluttered these big time last year. So these are just the favorites and the ones that sometimes the kids will like still pick up and page through. So I can't get rid of them. We have Goodnight Moon, Petrifying Parody by Michael Rex. It's basically Goodnight Moon, and it just zombified. In the cold gray tomb, there was a gravestone and a black lagoon and a picture of Martians taking over the moon. You get the idea. Utterly adorable. Can't get rid of it. We also have the picture book version of The Nightmare Before Christmas with the original poem. This one definitely still gets read. We also have another Halloween parody book. We have Frankenstein, a monstrous parody. This is by Ludwurst Bemonster. You can decide for yourself if that is this author's real name. And as you guessed, this is a parody of Madeline. And it's great fun. And then, of course, the classic, the iconic Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson. I still love this book, even though I've read it approximately 500 times. Let's go in and talk about the books that I kind of want to read. Some of these are spooky. Some of them are just more autumnal in feeling, or I feel like they're going to be more autumnal books. Starting off, I would like to reread Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. I read this a few years ago. I was not reading horror yet. Like, I wasn't reading adult horror yet. And reading a spooky middle grade felt like a big step for me. And I didn't like it very much, but I've read so much more in terms of horror now, both adult and middle grade NYA. So I would like to reread it because I would like to read this whole series, and each book is seasonal and it starts with fall and then the next book is set in the winter. So I would like to reread this and then hopefully like it a lot more and continue on in the series. But this is about a girl named Ollie who has I think she's just recently moved to this small town. I might have that part incorrect, but she goes on this class field trip to Pumpkin Patch, and her two best friends are with her, and spooky shit happens at the pumpkin patch, or on the way home from the pumpkin patch. And then I also want to read a book that I have had on my radar for a really long time. It is Foul Days. Can't remember who the author is. I've read a little bit of this, and why did I put it down? I put it down, I think because I just got distracted by other shiny things, but I loved the beginning of it, and I was super into it. And this is one of these books that I am convinced this is a 5-star book for me. And I think now is the time to read it because it did give very like foggy, atmospheric, rainy day type of reading situation. So I think this would be a good time. And I believe I already have the audiobook for it. So I just need to get my grubby little mitts on a physical copy. But I think this would be a really great autumnal read. Now, I do have 2 horror books on this list. I want to read the third Clown in the Cornfield book. I am a big fan of this series. I gave book 1 5 stars. I don't remember what I gave book 2, but I really liked it. And I need to continue on and read book 3. I have no idea what happens in this one, but I'm excited. I'm debating if I want to watch the movie or not. I've heard the movie isn't very good, but I also will probably like it more if it's not very good because I am a wimp. As far as horror movies go or slashers, I think a campy, not very well done slasher could be right up my alley. But I haven't decided yet. Let me know if you've seen the movie or not. Like I said, it hasn't gotten great reviews, and I'm a wimp, so those have both put me off a little bit, but I am not unopposed to watching the movie. And then the other horror that I think I might want to finally read this year is Slewfoot by Brahm. This book is all over BookTube. I feel like it's a BookTube darling at this point because everybody reads it and everybody I've seen read it has given it 5 stars. I have not read this yet because it is set in Puritan New England and during the witch trials, and I don't read books set during witch trial times in the US or in England because I know it's just going to be a bad time for every woman in the book the whole time, so I try really hard not to read them. But I did make an exception for that because I read The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson and I loved it so much, even though it made me so mad, but I did love it. So it is possible for me to love a book set during this time period, but I don't get excited about it, I guess. But this is about a woman named Abatha who her husband dies and her brother-in-law is being a big jerk and the devil and her make a deal. And I don't know, Allie, when she read this during Summerween, was calling him Slew Daddy. So my interest is piqued, let's just say that. And maybe this will be the year that I finally read this book. I do have another reread. I do want to start rereading the Witch Hat Atelier series. This is a manga series that I am all caught up in, but I haven't read it in a really long time. We're currently waiting for the next volume to come out, and there's been hints that there might be a anime series for this coming out soon-ish, maybe. What is time? But I haven't reread it at all, and it might be fun to slowly reread this during autumn season. This is a very cozy, witchy series about a young girl named Coco who goes to this atelier to learn how to be a witch. And it does have some like darker themes, and there are some like really spooky monsters in this series, but it starts out very cozy. So it would be a good one to like start when it's still just kind of autumn or like the beginning of autumn, and then as we get further to spooky season, the creepier the books get. I don't know, it could be a vibe. All right, and the last 3 books are all like fall adjacent romances because I am slowly getting my romance reading mojo back and I want to dive in. So the first one I've had an audiobook for a while. It's sent to me by the publisher, and it is How to Help a Hungry Werewolf. I don't know what this is about, but I really like this cover, and I don't know, it could be fun. I could hate it, but it could be fun. I am definitely more of a werewolf romance girly than a vampire romance girly. Actually, I don't like a vampire romance. I do like a werewolf romance. So, I don't know, this could be a good time. I could dig it. And then I also want to read Fall I Want. Again, I don't know what this is. The cover's just so stinking cute that I want to read it. And the last one is Let's Give Him Pumpkin to Talk About, which is like a queer, feminist, contemporary romance. And I think I could have a really good time with this one. These are all just based off of cover vibes, though, so I could be wrong. And yeah, those are the books I have on my radar as we get closer into spooky season. Let me know which ones you have on your radar, and if you want to just leave me an emoji to let me know you watched. Let's do some autumn leaves, and like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye!